Welcome to Raise the Anchor with host Melissa Burbridge. In this podcast, I will share the stories of individuals who have made major life-changing decisions. The purpose of this podcast is to tell their stories and inspire change within. Stick around and share their journey with me. Welcome to the new Raise the Anchor podcast. I'm host Melissa Burbridge. I'm so excited to be starting this new and improved podcast. For those who remember and have been following my journey, I used to host the Danny and Me Inspire podcast. That podcast is on pause until sometime in the fall, and we'll have a whole new outlook and theme. I hosted it with a 10-year-old who would rather be interviewing veterinarians and chefs, and that's what the new podcast will be doing. Because I love this podcast so much, I decided to bring it over to the new brand, Killick Media. I reimagined and reworked it, and this is the new and improved podcast, where each week I will bring interviews that will hopefully inspire a change within, like it has for other people before. So for those who don't know me and have never listened to the Danny and Me Inspire podcast, I'm Melissa Burbridge. I used to be an overworked, overtired, overstretched nurse. I left because of PTSD and because of an injury to my leg. I'm on sabbatical. I will eventually go back, but it'll be completely on my terms, completely casual, and just because I love being a nurse, not because I have to be a nurse. When I left nursing, I became a business development manager at a property management company, and I will forever be indebted to Jenna Ross, who owns Happy Place Property Management, who gave me the job, which allowed me to take that step I had been dreaming of for so long. While I was nursing, I was always daydreaming of just owning my own future. So I would join network marketing companies and try and work them with the daydream that I would be this huge megastar in that networking company and never have to work a day in my life. Well, let me tell you, those networking queens, they do a lot of work. It may seem like they don't. They do a lot of work. And I'm not opposed to working a lot. I've been called a workaholic a lot. But it wasn't me. So I just never leaped into that position. I was always blocked. There was always a block preventing me from jumping into what I could do in the future. So just having that support by Jenna, who's a strong, positive influence in my life, she trusted me. She saw the potential in me and allowed me to have that position. While I was in that position, I morphed into this digital world and embraced it, and I fell into a career there, which is actually probably the most passionate job I've ever had in my life. I've been enjoying the journey. I've been helping small businesses, which is just like a complete dream. I have to pinch myself every morning when I say I own my own company. So now, it used to be with the Danny and Me brand where we do blogging and cooking and then the digital media, and it didn't make sense. And another guru, Erin Trafford, has this strategy collective group that I'm so happy I jumped into. I almost didn't. I was going to wait until the fall to jump in, but I jumped in. I don't know what took over, and I jumped in, and I'm so happy I did. The wonderful women in that group have literally changed my life. I've been doing so many things out of my comfort zone, especially because of that group, that it's literally changed my life. I decided to do something called a hot seat there, where they pick apart my business and I asked them to be completely brutally honest. I was in the Danny and Me business for about a year or a little over a year, but struggling to really bring it forward to where I could essentially just not work for anybody else, just work for myself. And how can you do that if you're blocked, if you're struggling, if you're just sitting there doing nothing? you're working 60 hours a week, you're never seeing your family, and that's why you left nursing. So why are you staying in doing this? Well, it turns out it was too confusing for other people to see all of the potential, because I had too many things in one place. So if you landed on the Danny and Me website, you would see all of the fun stuff that my daughter and I were doing. And then you'd see the digital world where I was excelling, but you can't see that on the website because it's just too confusing. So these girls, there's 30 lovelies in that group, listened, looked, and said, you need to separate those brands. I was so overwhelmed by the end of that call, but excited with this new energy that, oh my God, I've been holding myself back. So I separated the two. So there's two new brands. There's Killick Media and there's the Danny and Me brand. Danny and Me is on summer hiatus until the fall sometime, because I want to take this Killick Media, my new baby, and give it all the love it deserves. It has given me so much energy and life. It has changed everything. I've been able to inspire others to change their life, which is why I want this podcast back. Tomorrow's episode with Erin Trafford is life-changing. You'll definitely get a lot from it. We are bringing over all the old Danny and Me episodes, just with a new cover page, but the same content from before. We look forward to empowering people to leap into a change. I left nursing. I was scared to death to leave nursing. What am I going to do? This property management job is wonderful, but am I going to do it forever? Am I going to need it? And then I fell into this digital world, and I just feel like me. I feel this energy I've always wanted. So during this podcast, I want to inspire you the same way Erin, Jenna, Ellen DeGeneres, Rachel Hollis, all of those greats, and how they have inspired me. I want to share more of my story in some of these episodes. I know I will be doing an episode strictly on PTSD and the change. I will be doing a strict episode on how an injury can crush you. I will be sharing other stories where people have healthcare issues and they need to advocate for themselves, especially with those rare healthcare issues where a lot of times you feel like the doctor's not listening to you. He may be listening to you, he just has no clue how to help you. So he doesn't move forward, or she, because we do have the female doctors. I want to shed a light on all of these things going on in the world, like coronavirus and the Black Lives Matter. We are all equal. Like, we shouldn't be having these issues in this day and age. And so if I can inspire somebody to reach out to those and let them feel the love they deserve, that is what I want to do. So I hope you follow us on this journey. I look forward to sharing these interviews with these inspiring people, and continue to message us and give us the love that you were giving us on the Danny and Me, because it is going to have the same feel as that one. So thank you. Tune in tomorrow for the new Erin Trafford episode. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Raise the Anchor, brought to you by Killick Media. Remember, you can join our email list at killickmedia.com and subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss the next episode. Don't forget to rate this episode as well. I'm Melissa Burbridge, wishing you smooth sailing.